Let's get to Ford. American-bred Ford now. On the hunt for real estate possibly. Outside the U.S., Ford announcing it is going to move the manufacturing of its Focus and its C-Max from Wayne, Michigan, to a new location. Didn't run, it stayed. It invested in American factories, paid American workers, and believed that loyalty to the country was still rewarded. That belief just cost the company $2.5 billion. This isn't about one CEO's mistake. Ford played the old game, the one based on patriotism and jobs, but the new game, it's rigged, and Ford just became the first to bleed. But it won't be the last if this is the cost of staying American. The future of U.S. manufacturing isn't a question, it's a countdown. So what's the next company in line, and how did we get here? How do you lose $2.5 billion from policies designed to help you? How does assembling more vehicles in America than your competitors make you more vulnerable, not less? The answers reveal a conspiracy so deep, so calculated that you can't skip behind closed doors at Dearborn as Ford's leadership processed the tariff impact. Millions of Americans with Ford stock and their portfolios were about to discover how global trade policies could reach into their personal financial security. House Ford's chief financial officer faced an unprecedented challenge despite posting better than expected first quarter results. 14 cents adjusted earnings per share versus 2 cents predicted. The tariff storm clouds were gathering. The $37.42 billion in automotive revenue suddenly felt fragile. The devastating decision came down to suspending financial guidance for the entire year. No major automaker had taken such a drastic step in recent memory. It was an admission that the business environment had become too unpredictable to forecast. At Ford's Rouge complex, workers gathered in break rooms, discussing rumors and uncertainty. These weren't just jobs, they were generational careers. Families who had worked for Ford for decades, communities built around the promise of steady manufacturing employment. The automotive industry operates on razor-thin margins, typically 6 to 8%. A 25% increase in component costs threatened to obliterate profitability entirely. Every decision carried massive consequences, not just for Ford, but for the broader principle of free trade. The numbers they were about to reveal would expose a truth that no one expected. The ripple effect begins. This wasn't just about cars anymore, it was about survival. From bustling factories in Hermosillo, Mexico, where Ford assembles its Bronco Sport, to supplier networks in Windsor, Canada, millions of livelihoods hung in the balance as America's new trade posture began to sink in. Maria Gonzalez had worked at Ford's Hermosillo plant for 15 years. The 25% tariff didn't just threaten her job, it questioned the entire economic relationship between Mexico and the United States. Constructed over 3 decades, the complexity became apparent when Ford's analysts